Well, hello, welcome back to my second installment of this 4-part mini-series featuring these 4 holiday glam looks. This one is called Silent Night. This is the dark, sultry, smoky blue look, and I'm actually really excited. I get to put this look on my sales director tomorrow night at our meeting. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be fun. So this look obviously is very rich, very dark and smoky. It's a very sultry kind of look, what with this elongated cat eye and just long, luscious lashes, and then a semi-nude lip. So if this is something that you think you would like to wear to a holiday party or maybe even a company party, something like that where you want to shake up your look a little bit and try something a little bit more glamorous, I would love for you to try this out and send me some pictures. So let's get started and I will show you how I achieved this look. Okay, so as you can see, I already have this eye done, and if it looks like I still have a little bit of stuff going on this eye, you would be right in that assumption, because I finished filming this entire look and then accidentally deleted the file. So here we go, take 2. The only thing I really have on this eye is a little bit of liner smudged underneath this lash line and then mascara on the upper and bottom lashes. But if you know me, you know I got some lashes anyway, so we're just going to leave it at that. I have already applied my eyeshadow primer all over my eye area, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my eye color brush and I'm going to pick up quite a bit of the color Midnight Star. This is kind of the star, if you will, eyeshadow of this look. It is a very rich smoky blue look, obviously. If you wanted to opt for something a little bit lighter, peacock blue I think would be fine and just as festive, or maybe even the Ocean's View Mary Kay at Play palette, that would be gorgeous as well. I'm going to take this Midnight Star color and pat this all over the lid. In the picture, it looks like the model has added some extra glitter on top of the eyeshadow, but that's not something that I really want to bother with for tonight, so I'm going to pack this color onto the lid, kind of up into the crease, but not fully into the crease, and then just kind of gently smooth out the edges after I have packed that color onto the lid, just so that you get the richest color payoff. This is a sparkle, a shimmer eyeshadow, but it's not nearly as sparkly as any of the At Play products or anything like that. So I want to get as much of that sparkle factor in as possible. Okay, so now that you look a little bit like an alien or a zombie or something else, maybe Lady Gaga, I don't know. Now we are going to pick up, I'm going to go in with my small crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the color Brilliant Black. This is one of the 4 new eyeshadows featured in all 4 of these looks that were released from Mary Kay just recently. So I'm going to pick up some of that Brilliant Black, and I'm going to create my outer V shape. But before I really get into creating that angle, I'm going to kind of work this color primarily into the outer socket of my eye in small circular motions, because this is where we want most of the color to be deposited, is just on this outer corner. You don't really want to drag a whole lot of this color in. We want the transition for this eye color look to go from dark to light. So you want to keep most of the concentration of that Brilliant Black dark shadow color on the outer corner of your eye, and then you can start to work it into the crease as well as into the outer V shape. And then as you're working it, I'm also going to drag that color through the bottom lash line, stopping about halfway through, so about where the center of your pupil is, and then work on just kind of gently smoking that color out with that brush. And before I go in with my fluffy brush, for this look in particular, because I do want it to be a little bit more precise than normal, is I'm just going to, I have a washcloth here in my lap, I'm just going to wipe off all of the shadow from that small dome brush and work on feathering out that eyeshadow a little bit on the outer corners first before we go in with the fluffier brush or apply any other colors. Now that you have that Brilliant Black applied just in that outer corner and you've kept the dark concentration of color right here, I'm then going to go in again, after wiping it off really well, the small dome crease brush and pick up some of the color Polished Stone. This is a beautiful kind of mid-tone silver color. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but not very much. This is a great smoky eye go-to color. And what I'm going to do with this one is apply this kind of where the Brilliant Black stopped. I don't really want to necessarily apply any of the Polished Stone on top of the Brilliant Black and lessen the intensity of that color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start applying it about right here and carry that in, and then kind of work it over where that Midnight Star color has been applied. So with a really light hand, just using this as the gradient color in the crease, I'm going to work this over where the Midnight Star stopped, and using windshield wiper motions back and forth, smoke that color out and blend it in. And then once you've applied that Polished Stone color, I'm then going to go in with my bigger fluffy crease brush and work to really soften everything out. And if you happen to lose a little bit of the color intensity from the Midnight Star and you want that color to really shine through and be blue, that is okay. Have no fear. Just to pick up a little bit more color on your brush of that blue and apply it. So I'm going to do that now. And I would just like to state for the record, this is the first time that I've ever willingly put on blue eyeshadow, so I would like somewhat of a round of applause, please. Alright, so now that we have our dark smoky blue colors applied all over, I am then going to go in with another new color from the eyeshadow launch, Sparkling White. This is beautiful. I love this color. And I'm going to concentrate the majority of this color here on the inner corner. And instead of keeping all of the color concentrated in one little white dot on the inner corner of the eye, I'm going to instead work on dragging the color a little bit up into where the darker colors kind of meet. And all that's really going to do is start to kind of lighten that area and kind of soften and blend everything into the inner corner a little bit better. And then I'm also going to drag whatever's left into the inner corner that I had left blank under my lash line from where I had dragged the Brilliant Black. So concentrate some of that color there. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit more and apply this as my brow highlight. And really work on softening the edge where that Brilliant Black and Polished Stone is. So those are the shadows done. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my liner. And so in the picture you can tell the model is really wearing some intense dark winged liner, and it is beautiful and I do love it. But instead of going for a liquid liner, which it looks like what the model's wearing in the picture, I'm going to stick with my go-to trusty black gel liner. And instead of keeping a really heavy concentration of color just on the upper lash line, I'm also going to drag the color underneath the full extent of my lower lash line and really create continuity with having that thick winged out cat eyeliner shape. It's going to be beautiful. So starting in the outer corner and keeping really close to the lower, or to the lash line rather, I'm going to drag the color all the way in. And then instead of starting my wing immediately, I'm going to drag it underneath. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit more liner. And instead of starting my wing on the outer edge of the upper lash line and dragging it out and then bringing it back down to meet the outer corner of my eye, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to actually start the wing by extending the length of the lower lash line. So I'm going to start the line at the lower lash line and bring it out to meet the end of my eyebrow, and then bring it in and connect it to the upper lash line instead of the other way around. I just think that gives a lot more kind of length and definition to that like sultry almond shaped cat eye. It's a lot more appropriate for evening, I think. And it just gives a really beautiful shape. So once you've got your little triangle going, then you just go in and fill it back in. And it just really kind of helps to tie in the upper and lower lash lines of eyeliner when you line both the top and the bottom. But it could look a little weird if you don't line the bottom and you use this technique to just line the top, if that makes any sense. Alright, so now that the liner is done and you have this gorgeous long almond-shaped cat eye going on, it is time for the lashes. So at this point what you would do is you would curl the lashes, apply a lash primer to keep your mascara on and flake-free all night, and then instead of my traditional method of Ultimate Mascara to thicken and then Lash Love Lengthening to lengthen and separate, I'm just going to go in with the Lash Love Lengthening after my primer, just because for this look instead of having a lot of thickness with the lashes, I really wanted to have just some long, really defined lashes, so that the concentration would be more so on the eyeshadow instead of having giant, huge lashes that covered everything up when your eyes are open. So I'm just going to go in and apply a good 2 coats of the Lash Love Lengthening, and then apply a coat on the bottom. And something I forgot to mention too is that unless you just have really huge eyes and you can afford to look as if you are closing them off a little bit, this is not a look that I would suggest putting a dark liner on the inner rims of your eyes, because that will actually cause your eyes to look smaller and more closed off, since the lashes and the liner and the shadow are all so dark and rich and smoky. You really want to work to kind of counterbalance that by brightening the eye a little bit and working to make the eye look a little bit wider. So instead of applying a dark liner or anything like that to the inner rim of my lower lash line, I've just left that bare so that it has a little bit more brightness to it than it normally would if I applied a dark liner or a blue liner or anything like that on that inner rim. So I've left that blank. And the eyes are done. They are very intense, so if you are afraid of this, don't worry, it's okay. You can practice on it, and if you don't like it, you can change some of the colors a little bit. But this is the eyes done. I think they're very pretty and sultry, and like I said, beautiful for a night out. So what I'm going to do now is my cheeks and lips. And for cheeks, all I'm going to do, I was thinking about doing a pretty dark cheek to kind of contour and accentuate a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I think this time I'm just going to opt for one blush color, and let that be my lightest blush color. So I'm going to pick up some Strawberry Cream on my blush brush and just work that into the length of my cheekbone. So there's the cheeks done with that Strawberry Cream color that's so gorgeous. And then for lips, I thought about doing a really glossy lip and then a really bright red lip for the holidays, and I just thought that was a little bit too intense. So what I'm going to do this time is, again, with no primer or liner, just because I really like that soft blended out look for some reason right now, I'm going to actually use one of Mary Kay's cream lipsticks, and this is the color Sheer Blush. This is a frosty, nude, almost cool tone. Not really sure how to describe this color, to be completely honest. In some lights it looks warm tone, in some lights it looks cool tone, but it's a light, shimmery, neutral, kind of champagne color. It's really pretty with something that's really intense like this. So, as normal, wipe off the lips, and then I'm just going to apply a layer of this Sheer Blush lip color all over my lips, and then you are done. So here's the look in its completion. I think this is a beautiful look. This would definitely be something great for a holiday party, something where you wanted to really freshen up your look and have a little something different going on. And I've kind of paired it with this monochromatic outfit theme. So I've got some hematite earrings and necklace, and then a dark gray bejeweled top. So I think this is just something really fun. It kind of plays off the blue in the eyes. This is a look that would be gorgeous on anyone who has hazel or brown eyes. People with brown eyes can just pull off blue eyeshadow beautifully. I'm kind of jealous, to be completely honest, because I think brown eyes can pull off just about anything. But anyway, so this is the look done. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. If you are a Mary Kay customer, please feel free to look in the links down below to find out how to shop for this look if you do not already have a consultant. And if you are a Mary Kay consultant, I would be so honored if you would either drop me a line or shoot me a text, or on my Facebook page let me know what looks you would like to see me do after I finish this 4-part mini-series. I am working on a couple of things with some of the skincare products in the line and things like that. But if there's anything in particular you would like to see that you could show to your customers and things like that, I would love to know. So leave your comments and things down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!